A presentation of Fox Sports.
We are Fox Sports. We are San Diego.
Terry Collins brings his defending National League champion New York Mets to San Diego. David Wright is healthy and ready to defend that title. The Mets are here for 4. Game 1 is next. Well, the Padres are going to have to deal with a very good pitching staff. Maybe the best rotation in the majors. It's a 4-game series. Going to see them all. Syndergaard, Cologne, Harvey, and tonight, Jacob deGrom. It's game 1 of a 4-game series tonight. The defending National League champion New York Mets are in town to take on the San Diego Padres. Welcome inside the broadcast booth, everybody. I'm Don Orsillo along with Mark Grant. Welcome to Padres baseball. Jacob deGrom on the mound. What a year he had last year. What a year he is off to this year. 3-0 with a nifty 1.02 ERA.
And making a splash not only since his day one in the big leagues, but also last year in the postseason. So this guy's just going to blossom even more and more. When you take a look, the cream of the crop, yes, Jacob deGrom in his 3rd Major League season. This is great company. Jake Arrieta, Clayton Kershaw, these guys know how to pitch. Hey, look at, he's above Chris Sale, the left-hander from the White Sox. Is he beatable? Yes, he is. But here's the thing about Jacob deGrom. I think he's probably the best pitcher out of the whole group for the Mets. Even when he doesn't have his best stuff, the velocity is down a little bit, this kid still can get by with awesome numbers.
Well, the Padres are able to take 2 out of 3 from the Rockies, and it's about the top of their order getting it done right now.
Don, when we look at this series, we emphasize the rotation for the Mets. These guys are tough, right? It's a challenge. But in order for them to beat the rotation for these Mets, 1 through 4 is going to have to beat them like they did the Rockies. 341 average to 15 hits. Hey, a couple of home runs. That's something that the pitching staff for the Padres is going to have to stay away from because these Mets like to hit home runs. But hey, 1 through 4, the bottom of the order, the numbers don't lie. They're not really good for San Diego, so the top of the order has got to do it.
Well, the Padres able to take 4 out of 6 last year from the Mets. In fact, one of the series had great significance. Julie Alexandria will explain when we come back.
Center field, it's hit well. Lagares back to wall. It's gone! Can you believe this? Oh my! Upton delivers a 3-run shot.
Well, that game was quite the turning point for the Mets last season, coming off the heels of a failed trade of Wilmer Flores. Then, as you just saw, Justin Upton hitting that 3-run shot. And then the next day, the Mets acquire center fielder Yoenis Cespedes. Mets team captain David Wright explains that pivotal moment.
I think we had a choice to make at that time. Do we just, take this loss and do we just kind of roll over a little bit and kind of go through the motions, or do we fight back from this and see what we're kind of made of? And from there it kind of seemed like there was a different attitude where guys didn't want that game to kind of define us and be the downward spiral of the season. So I commend these guys in here where that's a tough loss and that's a tough blow, and to be able to bounce back from that and play the kind of baseball that we played from there out, it was a turning point in the season for us.
The Mets went on to sweep the Nationals in their next series. They were tied for first place, and then they went on into the postseason, and the rest is history. Well, when we come back, the Padres taking on the Mets. Hey, it's Cinco de Mayo, people. Cinco de Mayo smiles. It's all around Petco. When we come back, the Padres taking on the Mets for Game 1 of a 4-game set.
And Wallace going back-to-back.
Mr. DeGrom continues to mow him down in order.
Nicely done by the Padres. Welcome to Petco Park as Colin Ray and the Padres take the field tonight, getting ready for Game 1 of this 4-game series between the Mets and the Padres. Should be a very good pitching matchup tonight as the Padres get their first look at 2016 at the defending National League champion New York Mets. Speaking of the Mets, here is the Mets lineup brought to you by Hyundai. Leading it off and at the top of the order, Curtis Granderson in right field with David Wright at third base. Michael Conforto is in left field with Yoenis Cespedes in center. Lucas Duda at first base with Neil Walker at second, as Drupal Cabrera at shortstop at seventh. Kevin Plawecki does the catching, and Jacob deGrom bats ninth. He is the Mets pitcher.
Now the Cascade kid from Cascade, Iowa, Colin Ray, the right-hander, makes his 6th start, and the 25-year-old scouting report looks something like this. Hey, good command with the fastball. Couple of ticks higher on the velocity, and he's got that wipeout curveball. So it's all about being the aggressor and getting ahead with number one. That's the fastball for a strike, or the curveball when he's got the good feel to it.
Well, he's ready to work here to Curtis Granderson. Leading it off for the Mets, beginning this 4-game series, beginning a road trip for the Mets. And the first pitch of the ball game is going to miss outside, and we are underway. Now, Granderson has always had some pretty good power this year, has 4 home runs out of the gate, 9 runs batted in. Not your prototypical leadoff guy because he's got some pop. Especially when he was in a Yankees uniform in the short porch in right field in New York.
That was kind of a joke, wasn't it? Or isn't it? At Yankee Stadium, they got that jet stream working out that way.
Exactly. Out towards right center especially.
It's kind of almost like a vortex, like a Benji vortex out there, where the wind just constantly blows.
There's a pop-up that'll send Ramirez back with the shift on. It's the Padres shortstop, gives way to the center fielder, and it's John Jay who makes the catch for the first out. Let's check out the Padres defensively, brought to you by your San Diego County Ford dealers. Left to right across the outfield, Melvin Upton Jr., John Jay, and Matt Kemp. With Brett Wallace getting his 4th consecutive start at third base. It's Alexei Ramirez at shortstop, Jamal Weeks at second, Will Myers at first, and Derek Norris does the catching for Colin Ray. One down here in the first inning. Here is David Wright. Wright getting a day off on Wednesday, as he will take the strike for a strike one. Working for the Mets hitting coach Kevin Long on a change to his swing after striking out 28 times in the first 65 at-bats of the year, 43%. He's trying to shorten that leg kick right now is what he's trying to do. Now has 5 hits in his last 13 at-bats with a home run since.
Yeah, shorter leg kick and less movement in the other parts of your body, right? Because if you've got a lot of lower movement, it's going to affect your upper movement. And can we ask for a better night? Sure, it's a little cloudy, but I'll take it.
65 degrees, very comfortable conditions. Light breeze out towards left center field, as David Wright will take that just outside. When you think of the Mets, you think about David Wright. He has been the core of this team, the face of the franchise for a long time now, and was very pleased to get back to the postseason last year, and of course the World Series. Very much like to take that next step this year, and there's certainly so much anticipation for the Mets. The umpires tonight, Scott Berry's got the plate with Trip Gibson at first base, Jerry Lane, the veteran umpire, the crew chief, and Hunter Wintelstead is the umpire at third. Late swing and a foul to the screen.
You know what else, Don? When hitters are subjected to the strikeout a lot, they try to swing early because they don't want to be embarrassed and strike out, right? They try to put the ball in play early, and that could work to the advantage of a pitcher in that situation.
And just missing. We'll see his 7th pitch in this at bat is it'll be a payoff pitch to right with Michael Conforto waiting on deck. And ball 4. So Ray loses him and got ahead of him, but ends up walking him here with 1 out in the first inning. Well, Terry Collins, a guy that at one point last year rumored to be fired, but he certainly turned things around in a very big way, and now in a very good position with the New York Mets to begin the year. They're a game and a half back of Washington, the National League East, but boy, has he turned things around for himself, because he was sort of right there last year at one point early on.
I think they had the papers drawn up.
Yeah.
I mean, you know how the word travels in New York.
Oh, yeah.
And the word swirls
Where
around.
there's smoke, there's fire.
I think there was a pen nearby. But hey, good baseball guy. And let's face it, the guys on the field came through. They picked it up. Next thing you know, they're playing for a world championship. Hey, Terry Collins, a good baseball man, a good egg.
Michael Conforto off to a terrific start. He's settled into the 3 spot in this order for the Mets. At 315, 4 homers, and already 18 runs driven in as he takes the strike. Didn't totally agree with that call. He's hit in the 3 spot 17 of the last 18 Mets games. Hitting at 323 in that spot. 4 homers and 15 runs batted in. So he appears to be entrenched right where he is right now in this order for New York. Strike 3 call. Get the arms out of the way. A 93-mile-an-hour fastball in there for strike 3. First strikeout of the night for Ray.
Pitching to the 4 quadrants, right? Up and in, Up and away, down and in, down and away. Look at that. That's right at the belt buckle. A nice frame job by Derek Norris. And look at the Fox tracks brought to you by Honda. Yes, that is a legitimate strike. A nice job by Colin Ray with the two-seamer. I like that.
Well, here comes Yoenis Cespedes at 289. How about this start? 8 home runs and 25 runs batted in. And Cespedes playing in center field. He arrived on the scene with the Mets, said he would play right field, didn't care, just wanted to play. And as it turns out, he is in center field now, the place that he was in prior to becoming a major leaguer, and one he was very comfortable in when he first went to the Oakland A's. It was Coco Crisp who was there, so he started in left field and did not ever really get totally comfortable in left field. Now back to center field for him.
In fact, late in the game, as we take a look at the shift, pulling to the left side, Jamal Weeks just a little bit on the second base side of second base bag, but big hole on the right side.
Cespedes, who ended up in 57 games with the Mets last year after being in Detroit, re-signing during the offseason, and he'll take the pitch outside.
Where does Yoenis Cespedes hit the baseball? This year, 33% of the time he's a pull guy. Occasionally, the 25% to the right center field gap. So he likes to utilize the left side, left center field gap.
Very little the other way.
Yep. So pitch him away. In off the plate and up like that.
Would you guess that most of the time when he goes the other way, it's by mistake?
You just took the words right out of my mouth. Great minds think alike. I was just about to say that.
Well, against the shift last year, he had the highest average at 353. So the shift didn't bother him. Sometimes he can get in guys' heads and they struggle with it, but not Yoenis Cespedes. There's Harper, Shin-Soo Choo, Prince Fielder, and Brandon Belt on that list. Cespedes with a chopper to short. A good hop there for Ramirez. Goes to second for the force out. That wraps up the top of the first inning. Mets get nothing. The Padres are coming up. Brought to you by Pinnacle on the Park. Make your new home here. Visit pinnacleonthepark.com for details. By Petco, your complete pet store. And by Tough Turtle Turf, the industry's only lifetime turf. Curtis Granderson, Matt Kemp, renew acquaintances here, as do the Padres and Mets in Game 1 of a 4-game series. Beautiful night tonight in San Diego, and it's John Jay who leads it off here for the Padres. And a swing and a miss. They say, Mark Grant, that the velocity for Jacob deGrom is down.
Down a little bit, and a lot of the talk is the hangover effect from postseason. Pitching into October.
Mm-hmm.
We take a look at the pitch selection, and there you see the miles per hour on the fastball. That's usually like 95.
So it is down.
But he can still pitch. He has a good idea. And I mentioned Colin Ray using the 4 quadrants, especially that strikeout in that first inning to Michael Conforto. That's what DeGrom does so well.
Strikeout totals are down a little bit for him as this one is carved foul off to the left by Jay.
So let's face it. You go through the regular season, that pressure to make the postseason. Now it's crunch time. You got to go to the next level. You got to go to the next level. You got to go then to the World Series. That takes a toll, not only mentally but physically. And I think that has a carryover effect sometimes.
They're all stress innings.
Yeah.
We talk about individual stress innings. When you're pitching in the postseason, every one of them is a stress inning.
Yep.
There's a ground ball towards shortstop, and as Asdrubal Cabrera, the new shortstop, throws to first in time to get John Jay. Well, here's the Padres lineup. It is brought to you by Toyota. Just saw John Jay. He's the center fielder with Will Myers at first base coming up. Matt Kemp in right field. Brett Wallace at third base. Melvin Upton Jr. is out in left field. Alexei Ramirez at shortstop. Derek Norris back in there doing the catching after having yesterday off. Jamal Weeks at second base and Colin Ray, the pitcher, bats ninth. 1 out in the first inning, and here is Will Myers. I think you're to your advantage to swing early against DeGrom. You are going to see a lot of strikes. And it seems like you don't want to be down 0-2 every time. So we may see some aggressive Padres.
No question about it, because he has the ability to throw those pitches.
Myers gets a hold of this and drives it out to center field. Cespedes going back at the wall, and it's gone. Home run for Will Myers. Good start for the Padres against the Mets. Myers takes DeGrom out of the yard. It's 1-0 San Diego. 6th home run of the year for Will Myers.
First pitch breaking ball. Nice easy swing. Boy, this kid is some kind of strong. He gets extended. 0-1. Danger, Will Myers. Danger, 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 Will Myers. Will Myers beating the Mets at their own game. They're known for the home runs. Well, Will Myers gets the Padres on the board.
Now hitting safely now in 17 of his last 19 games.
Stay hot, Will Myers.
Matt Kemp batting here with a count of 0-1. And Kemp will crank it foul back to the backstop.
Let's take a look at that pitch to Will Myers. He wants it down and away. It looks like a hanging breaking ball.
Yep.
Right down the middle.
That is right down Broadway. Well, the Mets, who have outscored their opposition a lot, they've outscored them 21-3 in the first inning this year. And the Padres have scored as Asdrubal Cabrera throws out Matt Kemp for the second out here of the first inning.
Let's take a closer look to Jacob DeGrom. The 27-year-old. He's got the 4-pitch mix, aggressive with the fastball. I mentioned 95 usually, but down a couple of ticks. So, but still, he likes to use all quadrants. When he's going well on the mound, he's 95 and above that.
And Will Myers is taking him out of the yard. Well, for DeGrom, he's not allowed a home run in the regular season since September the 9th of last year, and he just did to Will Myers. So with 2 down in the inning, Brett Wallace, swinging a hot bat, stands in, and it's his chance here against DeGrom. Andy Green trying to load up on left-handed hitters if he can, and Wallace drives this to right field. Granderson is back, and it's off the base of the wall. Wallace is thinking too, he's headed there, and Granderson's throw will be cut off. It's a wall ball double for Brett Wallace with 2 outs. Wide shot to right field quickly over Granderson's head.
4-seamer. And you note early on, DeGrom is missing with location. Plawecki set up away. This one is down the middle and low. And this ball gets out there in a hurry. And what did we say early on, Don? 1 through 4 to beat DeGrom. That's how they're going to have to go beating the Mets and this rotation.
They're successful, of course, against the Rockies. There's a ground ball to shortstop to Cabrera. He'll throw to first, and that retires Upton Jr. and the Padres in the inning. Will Myers has his 6th home run of the year. This one's off Jacob DeGrom. It gives the Padres a 1-0 advantage and a good start to this 4-game series. Straightaway center field and given the Padres a 1-0 advantage over the Mets. Into the second inning we go, and Colin Ray now has a lead. Lucas Duda to lead it off. Neil Walker and Asdrubal Cabrera featured in the inning. And a pitch outside from Ray. And Jacob deGrom giving up the home run and a double in that inning.
Yeah, missed location. That's the case of the double and the home run off the bat of Will Myers.
This is out to center. John Jay's got a beat on it. And he takes care of out number 1 of the second inning. Well, these beautiful pictures tonight presented by Sony, the leader of 4K Ultra HD. And one of the most beautiful venues in all the major leagues, Petco Park, the site of game 1 of this 4-game series between the Padres and the Mets. Let's see Colin Ray kind of get into a groove here early in this game.
Hey, the quick outs you got to love, and after scoring 1, get right back in that dugout.
1 out here in the second inning. Neil Walker, the batter. Ray truly has righted the ship since a tough outing at Coors Field in his first start of the year, in which he gave up 5 earned runs in 3 1/3. But since then, he has been very good. Last 4 starts, 2-1 with a 3.13 ERA. You know, you'd like to take out that 1 outing, you know, change everything in your numbers, but as you know, as a former pitcher, you can't do that. It actually happens.
I wish you could.
Yeah, it'd be great.
I'd have one heck of a career.
If you erase that one I had where I gave up those runs, and I'd be really, you know, it's that. But it's there.
Especially for a reliever.
Right. Oh, absolutely. But I guess my point is Colin Ray has been very good with the exception of 1 outing.
Exactly. And you know what's nice about that? After that outing, making adjustments.
Yes.
Progression.
Right.
And
success.
Stringing 4, 5, hopefully 6 to 7 outings together. Hey, I'll take 1 every 10.
Into the shift on the right side. It's Weeks in short right field. His long throw gets there in time.
Okay, it's time for some grammar class right here.
Oh boy.
Quick out, 3 pitches or less? No, that's not correct.
No, fewer.
It should be 3 pitches or
Here we go.
fewer, because you can count outs. Anything you can count is fewer. Quantity is less. Thank you very much. We'll have a test tomorrow.
The thing about this is that as far as grammar goes, you're kind of loose on some things, but when it comes to fewer or less, this is a real issue for you.
It is.
I mean, this is like
because I don't want to butcher the Queen's English.
Because as soon as I say less where it shouldn't be, then all of a sudden you're madly writing on paper in front of me that I've erred.
It should read. It shouldn't say. It should read 3 pitches or fewer.
So you want to let them know they should change their
sign?
sign?
I think they'll know in about 10 seconds.
Yeah, somebody's going to text them. Asdrubal Cabrera.
The dancing Friar out there, the right field mission, who I love. Big Padre loyalty out there. They'll get wind of it.
They'll be on it.
And I expect that sign to be changed by the end of the game.
You want fewer. Fewer.
Yeah.
Now Cabrera at shortstop, hitting at 304 so far in the season.
So, you know, the beauty of the cut fastball from Colin Ray, we just saw it there. He can miss with location, but it's up enough to where it has a little bit of movement that he can still get away with it. And now with 2 strikes, they're going to shift. Brett Wallace on the second base side, playing second base. Alexei Ramirez all by his lonesome self at shortstop.
On the ground into the shift again. Weeks has been busy in this inning, and he makes the out again. 4-3 on the put out of Cabrera. 1-0 Padres.
today. Now here's a positive sign. Younghervis Solarte in the batting cages, Alexia Marista as well, and Corey Spangenberg, all three infielders currently on the disabled list, getting back to some baseball activity. Rehab starts not too far off for Amarista and Solarte. As far as Corey Spangenberg, because he is built for speed, may take a little longer per manager Andy Green. But good news all around. Some positive signs there, guys.
All right, Julie, thank you very much. Backing up on this grounder was Wright, but he still slings it across the infield in time to get Ramirez.
Hey, that's a key that we should keep an eye on this series, because David Wright, with the back issues, there's been some times when if he has to play a ball back on his heels, really a tough time throwing. The ball on the move towards home plate or momentum towards first base, a little easier for the veteran third sacker.
Kind of backed up on that one.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure what hop to play it on, but he was able to get it over to first base. Well, Julie mentioned some of the guys starting to get closer to coming back here. You got 8 guys in the DL, and it would be a welcome sight to get some of those guys back. Derek Norris is back after having yesterday off, a rare off day. And a pitch in there for strike 1 to Norris. So Christian Bethancourt got the chance to start yesterday's game. Norris now, Jamal Weeks waiting on deck. Swinging a foul tip.
DeGrom coming right after Derek Norris, pounding that strike zone. I'd like to see Derek get a little flare right here off the end of the bat.
Well, DeGrom has one career start against the Padres. Came on June the 1st of last year, and it was right here at Petco Park. Tossed 8 scoreless innings, allowing just 2 hits while striking out 8 along the way.
A lot of talk on that bench. John Jay, Melvin Upton Jr. watching DeGrom closely. Sequences, counts, certain pitches he's going to throw in a certain count. I'm guessing breaking ball right here. High fastball.
Mentioned the start last year. Here are the hard numbers in that win against the Padres. 105 pitches in those 8 innings against San Diego, right here at Petco Park.
That's a good day in the big leagues.
Spraying and foul. Hangs at 1 and 2. DeGrom, that velocity seems to be growing a little bit, up to 93 that time.
And, but a lot of pitches up in the zone too.
Mentioned DeGrom's strikeout numbers are down from last year a little bit.
Yeah, like 7 per 9 now.
Yes,
which is still pretty good.
That's still pretty solid day in the big leagues.
But usually he's like at 9 or above, right?
Right. Let's check out our keys to the game, brought to you by your San Diego Honda dealers.
Okay, here we go. Avoid the punch out. I'm talking about the Padres offense. Strikeout oriented rotation. We talked about that in our open, and no home runs for the Mets. They are first in the National League in home runs. Been going home run crazy. So keep the ball in the yard.
Norris has had some hot shot foul balls here so far. Count remains 2 and 2. DeGrom coming in at 3-0 with a 1.02 earned run average into his 4th start of the year. Reaches out and lines this to right field. That's going to get in for a hit. Quickly by Granderson to the wall. Norris is headed for 2 as Granderson will get it back in. But the Padres catcher stands at second base with a 1-out double.
Good for Derek Norris. That's a battle. He was 0-2. Fought off some pitches. And like I said, be nice to see him flare something the other way. This isn't exactly a flare. That ball was hit pretty well off the barrel of the bat, scooting by Granderson. And that's a double. That's no flare. That's Derek Norris.
He's at second base with 1 out, and it brings up Jamal Weeks. Weeks batting out of the 8th spot again tonight for the Padres, settling into that second base spot in the absence Corey Spangenberg. And it's strike 1. Padres with 3 extra base hits against DeGrom. The home run by Myers, double for Wallace, more recently the double for Norris. Down and in. Each coming in hitting at 140 so far. No homers, but 2 runs batted in for the Padres second baseman. Padres would love to grab a second run here early in this game. Skips in and blocked nicely by Plawecki.
Just how quickly Plawecki had to get down on his knees right there and square up to the playing field and keep that ball in front of him. Watch how quickly he recognizes it. Both knees on the ground, takes it right off the swoosh on that chest protector.
That's how you teach it, though, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Perfect form.
Bury the fat chin. Oh, I'm sorry. Bury the chin. Fat chin would be me. Bury the chin in the chest, right? So that mask goes on the chest protector so nothing comes up and hits you in the throat. You got to trust your equipment. You got to trust yourself.
A little bit of check swing. They're going to check, and he didn't go, according to Hunter Wintelstead, third base umpire. Strike over the outside corner. Well, 3 extra base hits tonight. Mentioned the 2 doubles and the home run. The last 3 starts, just the 1 double. So already the Padres have been able to accomplish something that other teams have not been able to do against DeGrom. On the ground right side, it'll be Duda, who will take it himself to the bag for the second out. But with that ground ball to the right side, taking third is Derek Norris. Let's take a look at this pitching staff and the young guns of the New York Mets.
Well, they've got something special. We talked about it in our pregame show. Jacob deGrom, 27 years old, only a year plus in the big leagues, is a 9th round selection. Syndergaard, 23, into his second year. Cologne, who's not mentioned there, but 42, and then Matt Harvey and Steven Matz. I mean, the one thing that I looked up is that all those guys, Harvey, Syndergaard, deGrom, Matz, 1-year deals. I mean, you know, there might come a time when these Mets, who have the wherewithal to shell out some dough,
they have the resources
to keep these guys intact. I mean, Cologne might pitch till he's 60.
Unbelievable. Seen a guy turn
He's
his
my
career
favorite.
around?
He's my favorite big league pitcher right now. I love that guy. Look at Bart Cologne. He's quite an athlete, man. He's fun to watch.
We will see Cologne pitch on Saturday against James Shields. Game 3 of this 4-game series.
And then we saw Noah Syndergaard in the dugout as well.
Syndergaard will go here tomorrow night against Drew Pomerantz. Syndergaard so far in the year 2-1 with a 2.51 ERA. All the Mets starters with pretty minuscule earned run averages, which makes your entire staff good. Ray to center field. Will it get in? It does. A base hit. Colin Ray drives in the game's second run. Padres lead it 2-0. How about that? Colin Ray helping out his own cause. Norris comes from third, and San Diego has a 2-0 lead.
Oh, I could just hear it from the rest of the pitching staff. Colin Ray taking a little slider. It's elevated. It's up. He's staying right on it. That's a good at-bat by the young right-hander.
He had been 0 for 9 at the plate this season, but wow, getting a base hit against Jacob deGrom, and it is 2-0 Padres. Now Jay to right field, but Granderson's out there waiting and puts it away to end the inning. Padres add a run. Colin Ray takes care of business. In All-Star history brought to you by Geico. In a game that was rescheduled because of a strike, the 1981 All-Star game was played on August the 9th, 1981, and the Expos' Gary Carter powered the National League to a 5-4 win behind his 2 home runs. Carter would be named the game's MVP. Carter would go on to play for the Mets from 1985 to 1988.
The kid, Gary Carter, gone too soon.
Yes, indeed. Of course, the All-Star game right here. As we play along to the 3rd inning, the Padres have a 2-0 advantage. Oh, yeah.
Look at
That's
that.
a big league baseball, but she's not going to let her sister share, apparently.
That's magic happening right there. Love it.
Kevin Plawecki leads it off here for the Mets. And in there for strike 1.
So free and easy. Colin Reyes commanding that fastball on the outside part of the plate for strike 1.
Reyes got to feel very good about himself with a base hit to give him a 2-run advantage. I talk about the All-Star game coming up. Of course, Terry Collins will manage the 2016 National League All-Star team this year, July 12th through at Petco Park, because Mets were in the World Series last year. So he'll be at the helm here, the All-Star game at Petco Park.
He'll be in the other dugout as well.
Ground ball foul.
It's got to be weird for a manager, huh? I remember Terry Collins first met Terry as the manager of the Albuquerque Dukes back in the early 80s.
Now let me ask you this. From everything that I know about him, and I'll be honest with you, I don't know him personally, but I've read a lot about him over the years. It seems to me that he is an old school manager.
He is. High energy guy.
Chopped out to second base. Weeks will throw out Plawecki for the first out. And today's manager, there are not a lot of those guys around anymore. Some of those guys, I think, are the Jim Lelands. I think are guys that you would consider to be an old school manager that kind of has become a new school manager. I mean, has that happened here with Terry Collins, or is he still the same guy that was the old school manager?
You know, I remember what he was like in the minor leagues, and I haven't been around enough as far as a big league manager right now. And, you know, you get to know your players and you get to know the culture. Maybe he's calmed down a little bit as far as from that standpoint, letting guys do what they know best. But still, he wants things done the right way. You know, and I particularly don't like the word old school or the term old school. Sure. It should be just the way it's done, right? The baseball way. Yep. Old school to me should be the way it's done in the 20s, 30s, in the 80s, and in the, 2016.
Well, let me explain myself. I think of a guy like Dick Williams as being an old school manager.
Yeah.
I mean, there was no question who was in charge of that club. Today, it seems like a lot of managers, they are, and I've talked to Joe Madden about this, you're kind of a psychologist first, manager second. As a ground ball to shortstop, Ramirez will throw to first. In that you're not become a player's manager, but you're not the be-all, end-all. I mean, you're not, I don't know how to put this.
I don't think.
You know what I'm saying? As far as
I don't think he's the fire and brimstone
dictatorship,
right?
Then
he's not the fire and brimstone type guy.
Okay,
is that what you're trying to say?
That's what I'm trying to say.
He just wants things done the right way, and I think he's the type of manager to where if something's wrong, he's not going to show a player up. He's going to call him in his office and tell him, "Hey, this is the way it needs to be done.
Right.
This is what I like. This is what I don't like." Right. And I think nowadays that's the way managers have to be. The tough guy manager really doesn't.
That's what I'm getting at. I think that's what I mean. I think now managers care about their players' feelings.
Right.
And that, you hear some stories about Dick Williams over the years, and players were afraid of him.
Oh, sure.
And I think that worked. But I think in today's game, as Joe Madden put it, it's not like that anymore. It's different.
I agree.
And there are a lot of managers that have now become new school. I know you don't like the term. If you don't like the term old school, you probably don't like new school.
It's just the way it should be done.
Yeah,
correct.
The right way, I guess, is what you're.
Right. I know exactly.
Were there managers you were afraid of?
Frank Robinson.
Yeah.
My first manager, Hall of Famer, MVP both leagues. I was deathly afraid of Frank.
Here's a fly ball headed out towards left center field, struck pretty well. Jay going back. John Jay will make the catch. Spectacular catch by John Jay out on the dirt of the track to reel it in. That's some kind of special. John Jay with an outstanding catch. Going and getting it and saluting him his starting pitcher, Colin Ray. It's 2-0 Padres. I gotta be honest with you, Mark Grant. When that ball went up, I thought he had absolutely no chance to get there. I looked at the ball, looked at him, and he covered some serious ground in a hurry late.
I'm right there with you. That first step and not giving up full stride. This is a left-handed Granderson. The ball is slicing, so he's got to go a long way. Flash look, warning track, breaking it down, hauling it in.
What a catch by John Jay as Will Myers, who homered in the first, leads it off here for the Padres. Home run on Jacob deGrom in that first inning. 6th home run of the year for Myers. He's now hit safely in 17 of the last 19 games.
That fires up the ball club, Don.
Yeah, it does.
Did you see the great reaction from Colin Ray?
Tremendous.
Tipping the cap.
You see that thing go, and it was carrying and carrying. It looked like it may even have a chance to get out of here initially. Not only is he happy he didn't get out, his center fielder goes and runs it down in spectacular fashion. Myers, Kemp, and Wallace, 2, 3, and 4 for San Diego here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. And Myers, kind of a late swing, fouled outside of first.
Hey, it's worth another look. Slowing it down for you. Oh, and the advantages of having a big glove in the outfield.
Oh. Right back at Colin Ray, who had thanked him, and he saluted him back. Myers, opposite field. Granderson back towards the track to make the catch. Myers retired for the first out here of the 3rd inning.
Even though that's an outright, I think that's a pretty good at-bat by Will Myers. He fought off a nasty pitch down and away, followed off, and then that one gave it a pretty good ride, even though he didn't hit it on the sweet spot.
One down here in the 3rd inning, and it brings up Matt Kemp. Second AB tonight against deGrom. He grounded out to shortstop in the 1st inning. Riding a 7-game hitting streak himself and a .370 average during that hitting streak. Drives this out to center field, but Cespedes is there to make the catch. 2 flyouts to begin the 3rd inning. Myers and Kemp both retired. Well, for deGrom, the splits from home to road, the record identical. ERA is not. At home at Citi Field, a 1.79 ERA, up over 3 away from Citi Field. How about the home runs on the road?
Comfort zone?
Must be.
I think that comes into play. I really do. When you're with the club, you get used to your home digs, the mound, the atmosphere, the crowd.
How big a deal is the backdrop behind home plate? Does that make any difference at all to you?
For me personally, it was huge. Candlestick Park back in the day felt like you were throwing from here to center field. Wrigley Field in Chicago felt like you could take the baseball and just place it where you want it because the fans are right there.
So I wondered about that because I wondered, as you know, whether you're so focused in on the catcher and the target, you don't even see what's back there. But I guess you do. Is what you're talking.
Oh well, yeah, especially with me. Especially if there's something shiny back there, it's ball 2. But no, I think the depth perception really comes into play.
From where the stands begin.
You know what? When we get Mark Sweeney in here, he will justify what I'm saying. Great little ballpark up in Vancouver, Nat Bailey Stadium.
Okay.
The fans were right there.
PCL?
PCL.
We're talking about? Yeah.
And it looked like the catcher was 10 feet away from you. And I love pitching up there, especially one of the ends of a doubleheader because in the minor leagues, 2 7s.
Oh, yeah.
Complete game, baby. You're going the whole way.
Going the distance.
That's right. But Nat Bailey Stadium, the fans, I mean, see where the cutout, the warning track and the grass is there? That's what it was like. That's where the screen was at Nat Bailey Stadium.
Wow.
Like right there.
That's unbelievable.
The fans were right there, so you were right on top of it. Awesome.
That's great.
Oh.
Well, I have my answer. I always wondered that, whether it matters
to
or
me,
not. It did
to me, yes.
There's ball 4, and Brett Wallace down to first base first. Free pass served up by Jacob deGrom.
MLB.TV Premium, the #1 live streaming sports service, delivers everything you have come to expect and more. Watch every out-of-market game live in HD on over 400 supported devices. Includes a free subscription to @Bat Premium, the #1 app for live baseball. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.TV for details.
Now Cinco de Mayo, May the 5th. How are you celebrating Cinco de Mayo today, Mud?
I might go home and have a Modelo.
Nice.
A little cerveza.
Brett Wallace at first base with 2 down. Melvin Upton Jr. grounded out shortstop in the first inning.
Maybe go home and dance with my wife, do a little cha-cha. A little pachanga.
2 down here in the first inning. You actually called me cha-cha the other night.
Oh, yeah.
That was the first.
There's more where that came from.
Oh, is there?
Yeah. Just wait.
Short lead at first for Wallace. Held on over there by Duda. And late on the swing that time was Upton. 93 on the fastball from deGrom.
You know, I noticed on that swing, it looks like Melvin Upton Jr. had the intent of possibly trying to drive that ball the other way rather than trying to pull it. You know, the outfield is pretty straight up. Yoenis Cespedes is straight up the gut.
How about 50 pitches for deGrom in 2 2/3 innings? Outside, and it's 1-2.
Hey, Padre hitters laying off some good pitches, fouling a lot of pitches off as well. That's,
I think of Norris in that at bat.
Yes.
That was amazing how many
and once
fouled
again,
off.
even though Will Myers made it out, I mean, he fouled off some pitches. That was a battle. Maybe do the merengue.
We're still talking about Cinco de Mayo. 1-2 pitch. That'll miss again. 93. That's where he's been. 93 miles an hour so far tonight for deGrom.
2 strikes. deGrom has a tendency to want to go up and out of the zone by design. So that's something to keep in the back of your mind. The high fast, see everything's been down and away and away. Let's see if he tries to maybe go up in the zone here.
He does. On cue. Full count.
Had him 0-2.
Yep. You got Myers to fly to right, Kemp fly out to center, Wallace with a walk. Now a payoff pitch to Upton. Run will get a start at first base. And Upton shoots it foul off to the right again. Looked like he was trying to do the same thing.
And that's, you have to swing at that. It's so close, you got to protect.
First meeting between the Padres and Mets this year. Padres won 4 of 6 against the Mets last year. Liner to center field and a base hit for Upton. Wallace will stop at second base. And Upton's got a base hit. So the Padres with 2 down have something going here in the 3rd inning. Good at bat.
Nice, easy swing. Foot is down, squared up, throw the head. Boy, he hit that ball As we take a look, is it a two-seamer? It's a four-seamer down. Return to sender. Ball's knuckling off that bat. That means he squared it up nicely. Address unknown. No such number, no such phone.
Dan Worthen is the pitching coach here for the Mets. He's on the mound. You had him at one time, right?
I did. Dan Worthen was my pitching coach in Seattle in 1992.
Well, the Padres increasing their runners in scoring position from year to year, from last year to this year. 277 so far this year. Mets fans here, divided couple. Alexei Ramirez with a chance to do some damage with 2 outs. All this has come with 2 outs, and there's strike 1. Alexei grounding out to David Wright at third base in the second inning, 0 for 1. He is .333 with 2 outs and runners in scoring position. Not a bad guy to have up in this spot. Cranks it foul down the right field line, out of play. Well, tonight's Cold Hard Facts are brought to you by Clean, Crisp Coors Light. Jacob deGrom on the mound. He is third among NL leaders, lowest earned run average through their first 55 career starts. That's an impressive list. Shizer and Gooden, the top 2. Fouled off. Just saw Orioles a couple of days ago. The Padres were at Dodger Stadium. Of course, broadcasting Dodgers baseball now.
That's cool. Huh?
The Padres right next to each other. What if they do that every series?
Squaring off.
Yeah. Think they realign the hats for every series?
I'll bet you they do. I think they do.
Fly ball, foul ground. Duda going as far as he can, but he won't have a play. And I heard your scouting report on Jacob deGrom, but the one thing you did not mention was the fabulous moss that he has. I don't know how you left that out of the scouting report.
Great nest.
Tremendous. And it's kind of like in a bob. That's the look I'm looking for at some point.
I'm wondering if that sometimes could be a distraction to the hitter.
The bob? Could be. To left field down the line. Conforto is deep. That ball is going to fall fair. And around from second base comes Brett Wallace. He'll score. They're going to stop Upton, but he gets hung up between third and home. And they race him back towards third base, and Upton trying to get away and be tagged out. Came around the bag at third, thought about trying to score, and then ended up in no man's land. The Padres do get a run out of it, though, and San Diego has a 3-0 advantage.
Let some of these younger guys know is don't expect that what happened last year is going to happen on a yearly basis. Let's continue to work. Let's continue to stay motivated because it's a lot of work and a lot of luck to get to the World Series. And we're off to a I guess if there's a message to, let some of these younger guys know is don't, expect that what happened last year is going to happen on a yearly basis. Let's continue to work. Let's continue to stay motivated because it's a lot of work and a lot of luck to get to the World Series. And, we're off to a nice start this year, but there's a long way to go. And, I think we got guys in here that are hungry to, although it was great and National League champion sounds excellent, we don't want that to be the pinnacle of what this team is remembered for. We'd like to take it one step further.
Mark Sweeney, certainly David Wright, a guy who knows about some lean years in New York, that to the younger guys, and there are a lot of younger guys on this team, they got to know that that's not going to happen every year. And important, there's no hangover from last year to this year.
Yeah, it's such a good message for David Wright to give that message, because last year the playoff run was so good.
By the way, Don, this is Mark Sweeney.
Oh,
I just saw it. I'm trying to take you seriously.
I'm trying to throw my line on about.
Have you guys met?
We have
Mark Sweeney.
Don Orsillo.
Nice to meet you.
Great to meet you.
Welcome.
And you are Mark Grant.
Hey, Mark.
How you doing, Mark?
Mark Sweeney.
Nice to meet you.
I mean, is it me? I mean, they're both Marks. They're both clearly bald, right? I mean,
when was this on? Was it Monday night or Tuesday night?
Tuesday night.
Tuesday night when we did our open, and Mr. Orsillo looked at me and said, along with Mark Sweeney.
Yeah, and I was up in L.A.
You saw it?
Oh, of course I saw it.
Who did?
My phone was blowing up.
I like the name tag.
Yeah,
I know everybody is. This is great. Now this is really going to get messed up because you're doing the game tomorrow night, and you and I are going to do the open. So you can see where this gets confusing.
I'll be Mark Grant for tomorrow night.
Okay. Hold on. As you were saying,
David Wright,
you're making a serious point.
David Wright.
It is. It's a great point of what David Wright is trying to lend that message. These are young pitchers, and we've already touched on that, how talented they are. But you have to learn that this game is very difficult. It just doesn't happen because you were in the World Series last year.
Strike three call. Wright doesn't like it. He's been striking out a lot and certainly doesn't think that was a strike. Second strikeout for Colin Ray.
This looks like a cutter that he tries to go through the front door.
Good pitch.
And he may have gotten a call on tracks. It looked like it was a ball. Let's check it out. But credit, just off the plate a little bit, but he gets the call. Nice frame job by Derek Norris.
Michael Conforto now the batter. He struck out looking in the first inning.
You know why people love David Wright, have to have him on the team, is because of those messages. You have to be reminded at times, and all of us have been through those scenarios. We have a veteran guy that's going to send that message. Listen, it's not going to just happen. You got to continue to work.
This is line to center, but Jay will drift back and make the catch. Made it look easy as he went back to make the grab. I was talking to Steve Finley over the last couple of days, and that ball hit right at you. Sometimes, he said, the toughest to figure out where it's going and how hard it is from a depth perception point. And John Jay, quick footwork, able to get back there and make the catch.
Looked like John Jay may have started in a little bit, but then made up the difference there. That was key.
Yeah, first step is so important as an outfielder. No matter if you're playing center field, you see John Jay coming in and then going right back and making a nice adjustment with the glove work. We saw a fabulous play by John Jay earlier in the game, and now that play making adjustments.
There is Cespedes, who grounded into a fielder's choice in the first inning.
Mark Sweeney, I've been looking at my scorebook, and when the Rockies came to town, they really did a number on their 3 and 4 guys, and hopefully can carry over against these Mets, because the home run is the big key. So to keep those guys quiet, and early on here, Colin Ray looks like he's in control.
Well, how you keep them quiet is strike one. They're going to try to sit on that fastball and have him prove that he's going to throw that for a strike. And those veteran hitters, they'll sit on pitches at certain times, so you have to give them different looks.
Here's what I like to look at.
You're right, Mark. I mean, this Mets lineup has changed dramatically because of Cespedes and what he has brought to this lineup. That's the reason why they go out and sign him, because he takes the pressure off a lot of guys because of his home run prowess.
On the ground, they got him shifted. It works out great. Jamal Weeks, second baseman on the left side of the infield, throws out Cespedes. In order, go the Mets, 3-0 Padres. Bottom of the fourth inning. It's time now for the Community Spotlight, brought to you by Mission Federal Credit Union. Earlier today, Mission Fed donated over $5,500 and provided tickets to representatives from the American Heart Association. Mission Fed donates around $1.5 million a year to local charities. We thank them very much for everything they do. As we head here to the bottom of the fourth inning, bottom third of the Padres order featured in the inning: Derek Norris, Jamal Weeks, and Colin Ray. Maybe the bottom third, but in name only, because here's Norris with another base hit to left field. Norris had doubled in the second. Now here in the fourth has a leadoff single, swinging a hot bat right now as the Padres catcher.
You know, for Jacob deGrom, it has been the slider that's given him problems. He continues to give these Padres that slider over the plate, and they are capitalizing on it. That is a really nice swing by Derek Norris.
Last time up, he fouled off some pitches, took some pitches, had a very good at bat. This time not waiting around. He jumps on that slider. And here's Jamal Weeks. Bunt bid, and it goes back to deGrom. He looked at second, but throws to first for the out. And into scoring position goes Norris. Weeks doing that on his own, or is this a sacrifice situation?
Kind of looked like it was on his own to me.
Yeah, it didn't look like a sacrifice situation. It looked like he wanted to try to drag that past Jacob deGrom.
And the only reason why I thought it was on his own, because the pitcher's coming up next.
Well, not a bad play, because you can see he's set up, and it's not a sacrifice look. Trying to get that past Jacob deGrom, but does a nice job sacrificing Derek Norris to second.
Colin Ray up here with a chance again to do some damage. He came up with a runner at third base in the second inning in Derek Norris and drove him in with a single. They credit him with a sacrifice. Jamal Weeks getting the runner into scoring position on the bunt.
We got to credit these Padre hitters. They've had 5 0-2 counts against deGrom, 4 hits. That tells me they are locked in, and they're going through that process no matter what situation they're in. I really think it's been the slider.
Well, he strikes out this time, elevating that time. And the first strikeout for deGrom comes here in the fourth inning for the second out. That's unusual, too. Let's go deep into an outing and not have a strikeout yet.
I think that was one of my keys to the game, wasn't it?
Yes.
The Padres offense, avoid the K.
Highest average with runners in scoring position. John Jay at 526. You got the right guy coming up here. And Ryan Braun with a higher batting average in this spot. Norris at second base, 2 down here in the Padres' fourth inning.
So Mark Sweeney, Nat Bailey Stadium.
Yes. I heard you talk about it.
Vancouver.
The Couve.
You played there.
I did. Not a great, not a friendly hitting environment,
No.
to say the least.
Pitcher's paradise.
Fouled off to the left, out of play.
Now, from a pitcher standpoint, we talked about it last inning, how I love pitching there. Home plate looked like it was right in front of you. And I always remember, if you could command that outside part of the plate at Nat Bailey Stadium in Vancouver, as a hitter, man, it was tough to put one out of the yard.
Yeah, it was tough. And you heard pitchers, they would say, even if they got behind in the count into a hitter's count, they could throw it right down the middle at Nat Bailey Stadium. And it's very different. I heard you talk about the backstop and it being closer. It really doesn't affect the hitters. It actually benefits them, because foul balls, they'll go in the seats rather than be caught behind there. But everything to a hitter is the batter's eye when it comes down to it. You see the short backstop here at Petco Park. But everything has to do visually in front of them and what they see. Obviously, if you know a place isn't a place to power the baseball, you have to hit it on line.
There's the batter's eye.
And take advantage of that. But everything is sight lines for the hitters.
Well, this looks like a great batter's eye here at Petco Park.
It is.
Nice and dark. Ground ball down the first baseline. It is a foul ball. The indication by the umpire. That was very close. That's where it goes over the bag, or it does not go over the bag. And according to first base umpire Jerry Lane, it did not. So another chance here for Jay. We'll get a look.
So it bounces right out in front of home plate, and then it touches.
Oh. The Padres got a little break there.
Here's what I always wanted to do. find out where that ball touches out in front of home plate, then you take a string, and then to where it lands past the bag. If that string goes over the bag, guess what? The ball had to go over the bag.
Right.
Hence a fair ball.
It's a long string.
We don't have time for that.
Yeah.
2-2 pitch is on the ground. It's a fair ball this time, and with it is Duda. He'll tag the bag and end the inning. Padres have a 3-0 lead. Tools of the trade brought to you by Ram Trucks.
First jump, glove, speed, equating into a great catch. John Jay yesterday, the flash look. He sees the warning, feels the warning track, sees the wall, jumps, and squeezes it for the out. And tonight, now this one's really special because off the left-handed bat of Granders, he's slicing, breaking it down, and hauling it in for Colin Ray. Two great plays by John. No, we tip our cap to you, John Jay. Tools of the trade in center field, and also tying his shoes. Over, under.
Sweet laces. Huh?
Well, he's like triple knotting those.
It's that string that goes over the bag on that foul ball.
They can use his laces.
Can you imagine? Mud calling timeout and bringing string out, going down the first base line.
I actually can.
Yeah.
Is that sick?
That's a challenge. A string challenge.
Lucas Duda lead it off here for the Mets in the top of the 5th inning. Flied out to center field in the 2nd inning. .258 average coming in. Last 5 games picked it up, hitting at .357. 3 home runs along the way to add to this home run happy team, the New York Mets. Padres shifting on him on the right side. Colin Ray has now retired. 10, make it 11 in a row.
Well, what's impressive tonight, Don, and also Mark, with Colin Ray being economical tonight. See, this will be his 55th pitch. He has averaged 18 pitches an inning in his other starts, and that's coming down, and you can see him being much more aggressive in nature tonight.
You know, it's weird. I remember it was last year. Found out that the average amount of pitches per inning is like 16.5. And if you multiply that, you know, the pitch count, when you get up to the 5th, 6th, 7th inning, you're getting up there. According to nowadays, where the 100 pitch mark is like the line of, you know,
yeah,
to where you're going to make a change. So to be under 16 and be around 10 or 11, that's being economical. That's nice.
That's the arms out of the way, and a pitch riding up and in on the fastball from Ray.
We got Conforto early in the game with that 2-seamer against lefties. So easy to give up because it looks like it's coming right at your rib cage. That is a lot of movement, late movement.
Have been 0-2, a full count now.
A backdoor cutter here.
On the ground, shift is employed. It's Wallace on the right side of the infield. Third baseman throws out Duda.
Well, Mark, you touched on the tools of the trade, but you look at the outfielder and John Jay knowing this field, looking in that flash look that you alluded to. It comes with where you feel comfortable, where that warning track is going to be. And John Jay knows this park now, but when you go on the road, it's very difficult. You have to learn that early in batting practice, and that's taking fly balls early. But that is a very good schooled center fielder, and he's been very good defensively.
There's a fly ball out to right center field. The Jay has an easy time up, moves over and takes care of out number 2. I guess it's so important to know your own ballpark.
It is, and this is a huge field, and there's a lot of turf to take care of. But John Jay has that route, that it's that route efficiency that you always look at for John Jay. It's not necessarily speed, it's first step in adjusting with that, but also knowing where you are when the ball is hit onto that warning track, and he's been very comfortable so far.
As Drupal Cabrera, his 64 average during a 3-game hitting streak, 4 for his last 11 as he grounded out first time up into the shift as he fouls this one down the left field line.
As a Gary Carter fan, and some fans going home happy with a big league foul ball. Nice.
As Drupal Cabrera last year with the Tampa Bay Rays. After that half a season in Washington, and the rest of his career spent with the Cleveland Indians, breaking in with the Tribe back in 2007. Veteran shortstop. His numbers from a year ago with the Rays, 15 home runs. It's not the most that he had in his career. Had 25 home runs with the Cleveland Indians back in 2011. Into the shift again. It's Weeks again in short right field, and Colin Ray taking care of business through the first 5.
Will Myers with the slider, the location of Jacob deGrom, and he capitalizes on this. Straight center. And most of his home runs have been to the big part of the field, but that's a nice start for Will Myers and the San Diego Padres.
Sorry about picking him for the stick.
Oh, okay, here we go.
Pitch in there for a strike to Myers, getting his third AB of the night.
You've been great at that game.
I have a grand total of like 6 points or something. Is that good?
Yeah, you're getting ready for winter ball.
Game number 29. On the backhand from short, Cabrera's long throw, and he will get it there in time. Myers can't believe it as Dribble Cabrera with a fantastic play from the hole at shortstop.
And you know what? That was a nice stretch at first base by Lucas Duda. Very, very close. Initially, I thought they got him. It was close, but I thought they got him as we take another look. Yeah, I think they got him. When the ball hits the back of the glove.
Yep.
Yeah.
No
nice
challenge.
stretch.
Yeah, very nice stretch. Full split there from Lucas Duda. 6-3 on the put out of Myers.
That's a big league play. Goes to show you, Mark Sweeney, how important that shortstop position is, huh?
Well, when you position yourself, and we always reference the shifts these days, but when you're positioning yourself, especially the shortstops, and they can make those plays on the run rather than go and try to use your powerful arm and step on that and plant your foot and throw that hard ball over to first base. Now you're seeing these shortstops. The exchange is what really, really impresses me.
One down here in the 5th inning. Matt Kemp has a 2-0 pitch, and he pops it up into center field as Cespedes out there waiting. Will put it away. 2 down in the inning. Hey, not for nothing. Let's talk a little bit about the Padres defensively tonight. Their game plan, as far as the way they've aligned their defense, has been just about perfect on the night.
And you know why? Because Colin Ray is hitting his spots. Sure, he's yanked a couple here, left some up and away, whatever, not hitting his spots. But the balls hit in play that the Mets hitters have put in play, that kid, Colin Ray, is hitting his spots, because if he does that, the spray charts show they're going to hit it that spot, and they are right there.
And all the shifts are working so far tonight, whether it be Weeks in short right field or even Brett Wallace on the right side of the infield.
Eddie Rodriguez, Glenn Hoffman, Tarek Brock, the coaching staff really puts a lot of time into these shifts and where they're placing them. And yes, you're right. Defensively, if the game plan is executed, you're seeing the benefit.
Brett Wallace has been aboard twice in this game.
Well, time now. We're going to check the Cholula flamethrower. And while I have my partner here with me, Mark Sweeney, and DeGrom on the hill. Mark Sweeney?
Well, you know what I say about visitors. That's hot sauce. But listen, it's Cinco de Mayo. It's tacos. Taco time. That's hot sauce. Happy Cinco de Mayo, by the way, guys.
Yeah, you too. Mark's got big plans later. He's going to do the cha-cha after the game.
That's what I heard.
Some other stuff.
That's what I heard.
Modelo.
Little sarsaparilla.
Flares it foul. Still 1-2.
I thought you said pachanga, right? You were doing
the pachanga, the cha-cha, the merengue.
Isn't that a casino?
Maybe he's going there. I don't know.
You are a very good dancer, though. I know that.
For a big guy.
Yeah. Athletic.
On the ground, into the shift. No, it's under the glove of Neil Walker and into right field. Brett Wallace aboard for the 3rd time tonight, his 2nd hit.
I'm really surprised that Neil Walker didn't come up with that one. Looked like a catchable ball. It looks like a slider out of the hand of DeGrom. Speeds up the bat of Wallace. Therefore, yeah, pull that baseball. Almost overdove that one.
Yeah, and you see Brett Wallace too, those added at bats, and he's starting to get in sync right now. And again, Jacob deGrom, that slider has really not been located well tonight at all.
2 down. Wallace at first base. Here is Melvin Upton Jr., who singled his last time up. The chop one foul. Outfield about straight away here on Upton Jr. Mark Grant, what is different from Jacob deGrom from what you've seen in the past from him?
The velocity's down. Not placing the slider like he has done in the past. I mean, I think those are the 2 main things that have really been the difference here tonight. And that was the thing that was, we talked to the Mets broadcasters. You know, we share notes, we talk about players. And one of the first things that they mentioned was, hey, deGrom's velocity's down a couple ticks. But, you know, their second thought was, but with him, it really doesn't matter because he's got a great idea, knows how to pitch when he doesn't have his best stuff. But like Mark Sweeney said,
if that slider's left over to the heart of the plate, man, they're taking some good hacks. Fouling off some good pitches.
And Mark always talks about the differential. It's not there tonight that you normally have. With velocity on a fastball, it takes you off of that slider, even if you don't locate a slider, but you have plus velocity on your fastball, 96, 97. That's the difference maker.
Bud Wallace at first base, held on over there with 2 down in the inning, and Melvin Upton Jr. down 0-2. All the great pitchers that the Mets have, this guy may be the best pitcher. Not thrower, but pitcher.
I asked Ron Darling that, the former Mets pitcher. He agreed. DeGrom is that guy.
Padres have gotten to him for 3 runs so far. Have been 0-2. Now it's even at 2-2.
Well, it's hard to rank this staff, and we touched on in our pregame. I think Jacob DeGrom is their ace, even though Matt Harvey is the so-called ace, and how they treat him by starting him first in the playoffs. I think Noah Syndergaard, in my estimation, is going to be the best pitcher out of all of them.
Swing and a miss, and Upton strikes out. Second strikeout for DeGrom. Padres have a 3-0 lead. Start of the first inning, the home run by Will Myers, his 6th of the year, straight away center field, with the Padres on top 1-0. And the Padres who get Colin Ray's base hit to score Derek Norris as the pitcher puts him on top 2-0. Then spectacular defense as in center field, John Jay goes and gets this. A tremendous catch in center field. Padres back at it again, as this time it'll be Alexei Ramirez driving in a run. Derek Norris from third base. And the Padres have a 3-0 lead as Colin Ray works into the 6th inning. Will Myers with that home run get the Padres off to the fast start. 3-0 San Diego on top. Alexei Ramirez right now at shortstop, about straight up. The infield about straight up here. Not shifting on Plawecki. Padres have done so much shifting tonight, but not now. The catcher for the Mets leading it off, then the pitcher spot, and Curtis Granderson. DeGrom waiting on deck.
Nice little split right there by Colin Ray, breaking it out. Oh, look out.
Down to third base, a foul ball, the indication.
That is dangerous.
And that's why there should be, luckily that hit the back screen. Screen should be extended, in my opinion, because that flying into the stands, that's bad news. It's getting in the kitchen there.
That's Cosina.
Milwaukee grounded out to second base last time up. String right now 14 in a row, retired by Ray. 2-2 pitch. And it's grounded foul.
Well, you see him working too with Colin Ray. The split finger to get that strike, then the fastball in on the hands, and then the breaking ball. Different looks, and he is pitching tonight. So many options you can go to right now. You're going to elevate that fastball.
On the ground to shortstop. Ramirez to the backhand. The long throw is dug out by Myers. Nicely done. Myers able to get that ball that was bounced well in front of him. Well, the Hall of Fame inductees have been announced for the Padres. The 2016 inductees, Ken Caminetti and Ted Williams. Caminetti, a member of the Padres 4 seasons, 95 to 98, including 2 National League West Championship seasons, 96 and 98, and 1 National League Championship season of 98. And of course, Ted Williams, born and raised in San Diego, North Park, considered by many to be the greatest hitter who ever lived and the greatest athlete ever from San Diego. So 2 very good honorees.
Well, you think about Ken Caminetti, guys, and man, do I miss him. What an unbelievable teammate, a competitor, 96 MVP. And for 98, what an example he was. And to watch him play third base, even though he didn't stay on his feet all the time, what a cannon he had from third base. Was fun to watch. I really miss him.
Swing and a miss here. Alejandro De Aza is pinch hitting for Jacob deGrom, who's now out of this game.
I had a chance to play with Ken in Houston in '93 briefly. It was pretty good infield. Caminetti at third, Biggio at second. But you're absolutely right. Miss him dearly.
The only Padres player ever to win the National League Most Valuable Player, 1996, many believe to be the single greatest season ever by a Padre. He had 326 with 40 home runs and a team record 130 RBIs. And on, won 3 consecutive Gold Glove Awards. As you say, great arm.
Well, and for Bruce Bochy to manage Ken Caminetti, he did a fabulous job knowing when to take him out of the lineup, because he was the type of player you couldn't ask, hey, do you need a day? Yeah. He'd laugh at you. He'd actually probably punch you if you asked him to take a day off. That's the way he wanted to play the game. And
strike 3 call. That's the 3rd strikeout for Ray. Gets the pinch hitter Alejandro De Aza for out number 2 of the 6th inning.
Mark Sweeney, look at the movement on this pitch. 2-seamer.
And you cannot think that this is not, it's going to move that much with the velocity, 90 miles an hour on the velocity, but it moved 2 or 3 feet.
16 in a row retired by Ray. The only blemish on the night, a David Wright walk back in the 1st inning. That's been it. 2 down here in the 6th inning. Curtis Granderson 0 for 2. Done the same thing twice. That's fly out to center field and his counterpart, John Jay. 220 average coming in for Granderson, but he's got the pop. 4 home runs on the season. That is the story right now with 2 outs here in the 6th inning. Colin Ray.
Call a friend.
Granderson, a hot shot picked by Ramirez in the shift. Throw to first in time. Just the walk through the first 6 innings for Colin Ray, thanks to help from his friends. Alexei Ramirez. It's 3-0 Padres. presents Padres Baseball, brought to you by Sequan Casino. Sign up for the new Padres Club Card today. And by Jack in the Box. Taste the Baconlicious Sourdough Bacon Ranch Combo. It's been a fun night at Petco Park in San Diego so far. The Padres, with 3 runs, have a 3-0 advantage. They have chased Jacob deGrom from this game. So far, the only blemish against Colin Ray through the first 6 innings, the walk. And that has been it from the Padres starter tonight. The pitching change brought to you by your El Cajon Ford dealer. And into this game is Logan Barrett.
Pretty much 4-pitch pitcher, fastball, changeup, slider, curveball. Averages about 90. Not a hard throw, relies on location, and there it is right out of the gate. 89 with a 2-seamer away.
Well, guys, credit the Padre hitters tonight. A tremendous game plan against Jacob deGrom, one of the best in the game. They took him out of it. They capitalized on mistakes and good 2-strike hitting against Jacob deGrom.
Strike over the outside corner. That seemed like a very good approach tonight. They had a very good idea as to what they wanted to do.
5 2-strike hits. That'll really tell you they were locked in and didn't give at-bats away.
Some great at-bats. A lot of pitches fouled off. Some long counts.
And for a pitcher, that's frustrating. You get to the point sometimes where you, do I have to make stuff up? Do I have to come up with another pitch? And then the game totally shifts to the offense. And next thing you know, you're behind.
Barrett there freezing Alexei Ramirez for the first out here at the bottom of the 6th inning. 86 pitches tonight for Jacob deGrom. I know you're coming up there. You get the batter spot. I mean, the pitcher spot coming up. Is that the reason for the change there? I mean, he only had 86.
I don't know. You know what I'm thinking? I would have, and I don't know everything that's going on between Terry Collins, whatever, Jacob deGrom. Who knows what's going on in that dugout and clubhouse? But I can't think that he was taken out because of the pitch count.
Well, he hasn't gone over 99 all year. So you got to make a move in the National League. That's the frustrating thing. And to me, and just watching Jacob deGrom and what you expect, I don't think he is right velocity-wise.
So it might be something else. Stay tuned. ...
Derek Norris has had a good night tonight. A double in the 2nd inning, singled in the 4th inning. Has scored a run. He knew it was just a matter of time for Norris before he was going to get out of it. He's been hitting the ball hard, but at people for the better part of a couple of weeks now. And now starting to see balls fall in, and he's been hot.
Yeah, gone the other way tonight. Also on the pull side. That's a good sight to see when you're using all fields.
Little nubber foul down the first base line.
Will Myers, Eddie Rodriguez, always in conversation as Will.
He's working those seeds too, huh?
Yeah, he is.
That's great, though. I love seeing Will always engage in conversation.
Players like that, you can see working in the game at some point, right afterwards. You get an idea during the course of their career. They ask good questions.
You know what? When Will Myers was acquired, I got on the horn. You know, we all do it. We call our announcer friends. Todd Callis from Tampa Bay.
TK.
First words out of his mouth, Mud, you are going to love Will Myers.
And you do.
Oh, I love the kid. He's great.
He loves the game. It shows. Watch him during batting practice. He's taking ground balls at short, going over to third, going in the outfield. And he's embraced that challenge of going to first base. Last year, the challenge of center. Been a lot on Will Myers' plate, and he has flourished. And you see all of that hard work is really coming together this year.
Hey, good battle going on right here with Derek Norris fouling off some good pitches. Remember, he was 0-2 on his first at-bat when he hit the double.
Double in the 2nd, single in the 4th inning. He joins Brett Wallace, who also has had a 2-hit night tonight for the Padres. On the ground, foul beyond the Mets dugout. That coming into this game for DeGrom, who went 5 innings, giving up 8 hits, 3 runs, walked 1, struck out 2. 86 pitches in 5 innings for DeGrom. That has allowed just 1 run over his last 18 1/3 innings. 0.49 ERA for this right-hander out of the pen. In the air to left field. Derek Norris sends it deep, far, and very gone. Norris with a home run, his 2nd of the year, puts the Padres on top 4-0. What a night for Derek Norris, who just adds on.
You know, Mark, I thought you had a great point. When you go the other way, 2-strike hitting, that sets up your whole night. This looks like a changeup. It's elevated, and he drills this to left field. When you get that foot down, you see that balance and then the power.
Fired up Padres dugout. Derek Norris taking it out of the yard, his 3rd hit of the night. 2nd home run of the year. And San Diego on top 4-0. Mentioned the 1 run in the last 18 1/3 for Verrett, and that now Norris has taken him deep. Jamal Weeks. Let's take a look at strike 2.
I think I saw Derek Norris doing the Jarabe Tapatio around the bases. The Mexican hat dance.
On Cinco de Mayo.
Believe it.
How do you do the hat dance?
I don't even know what it is. On the ground up the middle, hit into center field. Jamal Weeks has a base hit. Back-to-back hits here for the Padres in the 6th inning.
In the bottom of the order tonight, doing a nice job. Everyone, 6, 7, 8, 9 with a knock, a couple of runs scored, some extra base hits. Mark Sweeney, how about this Jamal Weeks swing?
Well, he just sets that foot. Very simple approach. It works very nice, and there's the Mexican hat dance.
You have to wear a sombrero when you do it.
That's the Mexican hat dance.
I thought that was the chicken dance.
No, that's a very popular song.
Do you have to wear a sombrero when you do it? It helps?
It helps.
1 out. Weeks at first, and they're charging from everywhere as Ray squaring to bunt.
Remember, we can do the old butcher boy here.
Home run by Derek Norris in this inning. The first dugout gets away, but not far enough.
Yeah, Mets were thinking the same thing. With that 4-run lead, you can be a little more aggressive with the speed of Weeks on first base.
Hey, why not? You take something to that right side there. You just play a little pepper with the right fielder.
There goes Weeks, and the bunt dropped down foul. He got a great jump,
yes,
too.
He did.
You almost want Colin Ray to have that awareness to pull that bat back. As a right-hander, you can see visually Weeks had a good jump. Give him that opportunity to steal that bag, even in that situation. You see it, that vision for a right-handed hitter, a lot easier to pick up that runner at first base. Ends up bunting it foul. Weeks goes back to first.
Pulls it back and takes the strike over the outside corner. 2nd out of the inning. It's time now for greater coverage of baseball, brought to you by T-Mobile. Edwin Encarnacion tonight, 3 for 4 with a couple of doubles and a home run, and a Blue Jays win. Jaime Garcia, 7 innings pitched, no earned runs, and a 4-0 win at Philadelphia. And Kevin Gossman, 8 innings of shutout pitching for the Baltimore Orioles. That was against the Yankees, part of a 1-0 extra inning win.
Well, the Yankees are struggling. A-Rod on the disabled list.
How about Chase Headley without an extra base hit this year? Hitting like 130-ish. He doesn't have an extra base hit.
That's amazing.
It's almost impossible. Not in the big leagues. And I listen, very difficult game.
Yes, it is.
But for Chase Headley playing the third base position, you'd expect some extra base hits.
Oh, he was leaning.
It was heading in the wrong direction initially. Able to get back. John Jay at the plate tonight, 0 for 3. He's grounded to short, line to right, grounded out to first base.
Well, Verrett, it's not the velocity, so a hit and run situation could be in play here. That's a nice swing. High fastball, trying to shoot that gap in the 5.5 hole.
Jay bats with Weeks at first base, a good sized lead again. Fouled off again. That's into their pen in the 6th inning after only 5 tonight from DeGrom. Gives up 3 of the 4 runs that the Padres have. Check on Weeks, back to the bag, crossing over. Outfield about straight away here on John Jay. Jay to left center field. Coming from left, Conforto will dive, not get it. Still running his Weeks. He'll get to third, throw goes to second, it gets away. Now Weeks is going to come home. He will score on the errant throw, and the Padres take a 5-0 lead.
Well, 2-strike hitting by John Jay, but watch Weeks. Jamal Weeks ends up reading this ball very well. Conforto made a nice try and left, but he reads it right in front of him and takes third base easily, allowing John Jay to come into second base. With that base running, the mistake on the throw, and Weeks scores easily. It's the aggressiveness of Jamal Weeks on the base paths.
Now it is Will Myers with a runner and Jay at second base, and Myers will take ball 1. No RBI on the play. The error is charged with left fielder Michael Conforto. So Norris's home run, an errant throw after the double by Jay, and Padres have tacked on 2 more here in the 6th inning, lead it 5-0.
Boy, the advantage there having 2 outs, right, guys? Crack of the bat, going, seeing daylight, taking the extra.
And the speed from Jamal Weeks too doesn't hurt.
Right. This ball is slicing towards Conforto and comes up short. Okay, now with 2 outs, he's off at the crack of the bat. That's the hit. The error is when he throws it back in here. There's the error charged
to the left fielder Conforto.
Everybody's off and running.
Because Weeks had stopped at third base,
right,
and that's when he scored, was on the errant throw. It's going to be second and third until he uncorked that throw from left field. And Weeks coming on in, no RBI in the play, but the Padres have a 5-0 lead.
And going into this ball game, guys, the Mets tied for second in Major League Baseball with the fewest errors with 11. That's the 12th miscue for the Mets.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Taken off for third base as Myers drives this out towards left lane, safe center field, and back there is Conforto. He will make the catch out there in left center on the dirt of the track. Quite an inning for the Padres. It included a home run by Derek Norris. San Diego on top 5-0. The Padres have added on with a couple more runs, have a 5-0 advantage as we head into the 7th inning. And Colin Ray has been the story here tonight for the Padres. Only one base runner on the night for the New York Mets. A walk, David Wright back in the 1st inning. Here we are in the 7th. It's Wright again, and he'll take a pitch outside. A walk and a strikeout for Wright in 2 plate appearances. Followed by Conforto and Cespedes in the inning. To right field, and Kemp coming in. Kemp will make the catch. He started back initially, but recovers and comes in to make the catch, running on a slant for the first out of the 7th inning. Time for the In the Driver's Seat, brought to you by Kia. And it's been Colin Ray.
He's in control. 6 1/3 frames. Has not allowed a Met to reach base via the hit. 1 walk, 3 strikeouts.
Conforto 0 for 2 in this game, has struck out and flied out to center. They stack it up in the shift on the right side. His defense has worked all night. Strike 1.
That's paint. And you know, the umpire's been doing a good job behind home plate, consistent for both sides.
A little bit off the plate that time. Colin Ray coming in with a record of 2-1 as you see the rain starting to fall here at Petco Park. Chance for rain tonight and tomorrow. In the air to right field, sending Kemp back, twisting towards the track, onto the dirt of the track, makes the catch, 2 down. A drive to right off the bat of Conforto, but he is out number 2 of the 7th. First 2 outs of the inning handled by Matt Kemp and Wright.
Under it just enough and in on him just enough. So Matt Kemp, he realized the ball. See how he turns a name and number? You get back as far as you can. Now he's got the parachute on that ball, opens up, stays on the track, and 2 hands secures the out.
2 down in the 7th inning. Yoenis Cespedes grounded into a fielder's choice in the 1st. Grounded out to 2nd in the 4th inning. $19 in a row now retired by Ray. On the ground and into right field, a base hit for Yoenis Cespedes, and it's not meant to be tonight for Colin Ray. Takes a no-hitter into the 7th inning, gets the first 2 outs of the inning, and this Petco Park crowd will stand and salute the effort by Ray, making a bid for the first franchise no-hitter.
Well, he went with the 2-seamer away, and it leaked down the heart of the plate, and Cespedes, he does a fine job here of not trying to pull that baseball. And with the shift on, you know, maybe he makes some type of different plan up there to just let that ball travel a little bit more inside out it for that 14 hopper through the right side.
So 2 down, a runner at first base. The last real bid for the Padres got to go back to Despaigne, July of 2014. Against the Mets, Danny Murphy doubled with 2 outs in the 8th inning to break that up. Swing and a miss. Shot balance from Duda.
Here's the hammer. I remember Despaigne that game, day game here at Petco Park. He was on. He was dicing and slicing, changing speeds, keeping him off balance nicely, just like Colin Ray tonight.
And retired 19 in a row. The only blemish had been the walk in the 1st inning by David Wright, but finally a hit by the Mets. Thought he had strike 3. That pitch at times tonight has been called a strike.
Both sides. Trip Gibson, the home plate umpire, doing a fine job tonight. Very consistent, wouldn't you say,
I
Mr.
would agree.
Urshela?
Yes. 2-2. Now, if you're Colin Ray, does your mindset change a little bit? Now you know.
Well, it's a different feel, no
Yeah.
doubt, going from the windup all that time. I mean, the only base runner, remember that walk in the first inning. As far as the mindset, no. Keep the blinders on. Stick to the scouting report. Remember, he's got a 5-run lead. No reason to nitpick here and trying to get cute. Be aggressive.
Cespedes takes off for second. Hot shot to first. Myers will take it himself to the bag. So Yoenis Cespedes breaks up the no-hit bid tonight at San Diego for Colin Ray, but the Padres have a 5-0 lead. Since Padres baseball brought to you by Mercury Insurance. We're on a mission to save you money. Log on to mercuryinsurance.com today. By Petco, your complete pet store. And by your San Diego County Lexus dealers. Fun night tonight at Petco Park, and thought we may see a little history tonight at Petco Park. Colin Ray allows his first hit in the 7th inning. Matt Kemp with a fly ball out to deep right center field. Back goes Cespedes onto the warning track to make the catch. Thought he might have had it, but it comes up just a tad short. Cespedes on a long running catch out there to the warning track. One down.
Under it just a little bit too much.
One away. Brett Wallace moving over as he stands in on the left side. Wallace has doubled, walked, and singled. Brett back on the mound. Second inning of relief here for the New York Mets. And a curveball in there for a strike.
Well, when you look at Colin Ray and the pitch count, right now he's at 89.
Correct.
And the most he's thrown this year is 101. That was 2 starts ago against the Cardinals. So I'd say he's good for 100, 105, don't you think?
Yes. So fouled off to the left. Now this rooftop shot is brought to you by Pinnacle on the Park. And a great shot it is. Looking back into the field here at Petco Park.
On the Cinco de Mayo. I was wrong earlier, by the way.
Really?
The Mexican hat dance?
Yes. That was the chicken dance, wasn't it? I thought so.
It goes.
I said it at the time. I'm like, you know, I think I know the Mexican hat dance, and that's not it.
Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, that's the Mexican hat dance. Yes. So I stand corrected.
That's the da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah. Flapping your wings. And
on the ground into the shift on the right side, it's Walker. Throws out Brett Wallace, 2 down. Let's hear the copyright, Mr. Grant.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the San Diego Padres and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts and description of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the San Diego Padres.
Nicely done. Really good.
How do you like them apples?
2 outs here in the 7th.
I like the apples that Colin Ray's been tossing plateward tonight.
Tremendous job tonight by Colin Ray. Melvin Upton Jr. bats with 2 outs, bases empty, and takes strike 1. Grounded to shortstop, single to center, and struck out swinging. Fouls it back to the screen, still 0-2. Came in the 6th inning, gave up the home run to Derek Norris. A single to Weeks, who would score on a double by John Jay. For Norris, his 2nd home run of the year, and a 3-hit night for Derek Norris. A foul for Upton. Jacob deGrom tonight, lasting 5 innings, 8 hits, 3 runs. Walked the batter, struck out 2. 86 pitches was hit for Alejandro De Aza in the 6th inning. 0-2 pitch. '29th game of the year for the Padres. The first of 4 against the New York Mets. In the air to right field, down the line towards the corner, bending, foul. Well, it's time now for the San Diego fans of the game.
Yeah.
You got to have a sombrero.
Social sparklers. Yeah, that guy just got served one right there. He's ready to go.
Cinco de Mayo.
How you doing?
Cerveza.
Yeah. Oh, Lucha Libre. Cuidado. El Mister. Oh, somewhere Eduardo Ortega is just going
nuts.
Ballistic.
One-two pitch. I love Eduardo.
Oh,
I did that. We were together.
Hey, here's
right
Carlos.
here. Carlos.
Here's the
Eduardo Carlos.
Oh, well, there's the guy. We just woke him up. But anyway, Eduardo's the Cuidado kid.
And a swing and a miss. Upton did go on a pitch in the dirt that ends the inning. We played 7 on Cinco de Mayo. Padres 5, Mets nothing.
The eighth inning, Mark and I are working on Padres Live, the postgame show, brought to you by Cox Communications. Colin Ray, certainly the story of the game. We'll get to him certainly in a postgame show, but Derek Norris, not so quietly having a big night.
Well, what a great night for Derek Norris. 2-strike hitting in his first at-bat. This had to feel really good for him. His next at-bat, he takes the first pitch. It's a slider to left field, using all fields, and when that happens, boom, goes the dynamite.
Nice pull by you. That was a classic. All righty, so Derek Norris has the great night. A little bit of offense behind Colin Ray and company. When we see after the postgame show, we'll take you around the league as well. You'll hear from Andy Green and, of course, all the reaction to Colin's big evening that we hope continues, gentlemen.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. Padres on top 5-0. Colin Ray back on the hill. That was pitch 90 of his fantastic outing tonight. A one-hitter to this point. Dealing with Neil Walker, leading it off here for the Mets in the 8th inning. Walker fouls it off himself in painful fashion. He's going to take a little stroll around. Some defensive changes for the Padres. Travis Jankowski taking over in right field for Matt Kemp. And Adam Rosales into the game at third base for Brett Wallace. Defensive changes for San Diego in the top half of the 8th inning. This is Walker's third look tonight at Colin Ray. Walker 0 for 2. He's grounded out to second base and flied out to center.
Shift is on. We got the rover out in shallow right.
Swing and a miss. That rover has been busy in tonight's game. Jamal Weeks out there in right field.
Yeah. Talk about the rover right there, Jamal Weeks. Well, what can he do? His range can go that way and that way. Cuts down the range. Right? On that hard hit ball.
Yep.
Or it adds more range, I should say. Nice.
Strike 3, knew it. Takes with him the 4th strikeout of the night for Colin Ray.
Once again, the two-seamer in. It has tremendous movement. It'll straighten up the left-handers. The target is there. It's a two-seamer, a walker. Frozen pizza.
One out here in the 8th.
I have to give up my source on that.
What is that from?
You know when I first heard that?
No.
It was on a charter. I forgot what year it was. 06, 07. We could look it up. And I was with Matty Vescursion. We were doing games. And one of the players came up and talked to us. We were talking ball, talking everything. And he dropped this term, and I laughed. I said, could I use that? He goes, go right ahead.
Do you remember who that player was?
Mike Piazza. Frozen pizza. I said, I'm going to use that if that's what he goes, go ahead. It's a great term, isn't it?
It is.
He was talking about some pitcher that he was facing, and he was guessing breaking ball. He was guessing breaking ball, and you know he's saying he was up at the plate, and all of a sudden he snuck like something by. He goes, frozen pizza.
Frozen Piazza.
Right.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's great. And now you incorporate it as part of your repertoire. Some 11 years later, it's still in there. Swing and a miss. Back-to-back Ks for Ray. He's been keeping them guessing all night. They've been wrong. That's strikeout number 5. 2 down.
I think Uncle Charlie has been left on the pass list tonight because look at the rotation. 12-6, nose to toes. The Yacker is working tonight. Hey, I'm sure they're watching back in Cascade, Iowa. On the rabbit ears.
2 down here in the 8th inning.
They got the aluminum foil working.
Plawecki pops it up. Foul ground. Norris will go as far as he can, but won't have a play.
No, I'm kidding. They've got cable TV. In
I was just going to say, I mean, you think they haven't got to figure it out now? And
yeah. I'm happy for Colin. This is a big start. It's a big game for him.
And he's doing it against a very good team.
That was my next point. Absolutely.
Ricky 0 for 2 tonight. He's grounded out to second, grounded out to shortstop. On the ground, and Ramirez not going to get there. It's into left center field. A 2-out base hit for Plawecki. second hit of the night for the Mets.
It's another curveball, but see where he wanted it? Down and away, and that's right down the middle. Even though Kevin Plawecki gets jammed on it, it's off the label. Alexei Ramirez was playing him on the pull side, and it's a little ground ball up the center of the diamond to the center fielder.
That hitter will be Wilmer Flores. That's in the pitcher spot here, in the 9 spot for the Mets. And Flores will take ball 1, framed there by Norris. Well, Asdrubal Cabrera has been doing the bulk of the work. So Flores now coming off the bench for the Mets. That's 71 average with a home run, 2 runs batted in. This is his 15th game. Played about half the Mets games this year, and a lot of them coming off the bench. A little different role for him this season.
Different role, and you have to accept that role. As we take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard, how about the Rockies?
5th inning, have 17 runs.
Yikes.
If I'm not mistaken, that was Matt Cain.
I think you're
tonight
right.
For the Giants.
I think you're right. Cain not able to silence the Rockies.
He's 0-3 going into that start. I'm guessing it did not go well based on that score.
What gave you that idea?
I'm
Einstein?
really smart.
Sharp as a bowling ball, aren't you?
You don't get anything by me. This is a soft liner that Ramirez will catch. We head to the last of the 8th. It's been Colin Ray's night. 5-0 Padres. Of the game. John Jay starting from straightaway center field and going 121.7 feet to make this catch. You kidding me?
It's a lot of concentration. He's got to deal with the warning track,
Wow.
the wall. He hauls it in, and everybody hard holding back the smiles.
You know, I knew he went far. I didn't know he went that far.
Yeah.
That's a lot of feet.
121.7 to be exact.
Hansel Robles into the game here for the Mets. Their 3rd pitcher of the night, used by Terry Collins.
Oh, with the deficit, the Mets trailing by 5. He goes to Robles, and Robles is one of those guys he's going to give you an inning or two, and really not in stressful situations. There's always that guy, like maybe you're winning or losing by a handful or more. So enter Hansel Robles.
Takes over for Logan Verrett, who had gone the last 18 1/3 innings, giving up only 1 run. He allowed 2 runs in his 2 innings of work. 1 was earned.
Robles, 3-pitch pitcher, fastball, slider, changeup. He's got a live arm, 91 to 97. The average is about 94.
Alexei Ramirez leading it off here in the bottom of the 8th. Starter tonight is on the hook. Jacob deGrom, 5 innings, giving up 3 runs. Colin Ray in the first 8 innings of this game. Walker was over by the bag at second and was positioned perfectly as it turned out for the first out here at the bottom of the 8th. Brings up Derek Norris. Norris has had a great night. A double in the 2nd inning, a single in the 4th inning, a home run in the 6th inning, a solo shot. Leading the way offensively tonight for the San Diego Padres. Padres out hitting the Mets 11-2 in this game tonight, and on top 5-0 as they bat in the home half of the 8th. Will Myers homered earlier.
These are the games where it's fun to be on the bench. Hey, still got some baseball to play, no doubt about it, but still yucking it up with the teammates and taking a look at that line score, trying to add on.
Here's been Derek Norris's night.
Using the whole field, as Mark Sweeney said earlier, and you know, it was only a matter of time before Derek Norris started hitting some mistakes and getting some results. It's got to be a good feeling right there for the Padre catcher.
Fastball in there for a strike, and it's 3-1. All 4, and Norris down to first base with a 1-out walk. Let's revisit our keys to the game tonight.
Keys to the game brought to you by Honda dealers of San Diego County, and avoid the punch out. Padre batters 5 strikeouts. I think that's pretty good, don't you think?
Yes.
When you look at the score. Hey, no home runs for the Mets. They are first in the National League in home runs, and look at that. I see a bagel next to the HR there.
So far, 0 runs. Not just home runs. Jamal Weeks batting with a runner at first and 1 out. He was grounded out, had a sacrifice bunt and single to center field.
See, this is the mentality of a club up at home, 5-0 in the 8th. You got to add on.
Don't stop.
Don't stop.
Colin Ray has thrown 104 pitches tonight, and he is on deck to hit for himself. There's nobody warming in the Padres pen.
See, this is going to be great for Colin Ray, because the young pitcher is going to get that feel, that taste, that smell of the finish line, knowing that he's going to go out there and try to get the CG. Hey, nowadays it's gone by the wayside.
It has. The Padres do not have a complete game from any of their starters this year.
And they only had 1 last year.
The opponent has had 3 complete games against San Diego this year, but the Padres have not had one. And looks like Ray is going to have that opportunity. Pitch in the dirt.
Tyson Ross had that complete game last year.
Fouled back and out of play. 95 on the fastball from Robles. Two-hit night tonight for Brett Wallace before he departed. Three-hit night for Derek Norris. Right about the bottom of the order. They have collected 5 hits, 7, 8, and 9. Norris, Weeks, and Ray. Colin Ray helping himself out with an RBI single back in the second inning. Fouled off again.
You're going to want to stay tuned after this one. Padres Live, the postgame show. Mike Pomerantz and Mark Sweeney going to break this one down and talk about all the games around Major League Baseball. So stay tuned right here to Fox Sports San Diego.
Balance throughout tonight for the Padres as we look at their box score. Swing and a miss, and Weeks strikes out. That's the second out of the 8th inning.
Saturday, MLB on FS1 is back with 2 monster games featuring some of baseball's best players. It all starts as the Rangers take on the Tigers in a game you can only see on FS1. The Nationals head to Wrigley Field, take on the Chicago Cubs. The action begins at 9:30 a.m. Pacific on FS1 or watch it live on Fox Sports Go.
Those crowds saluting the introduction of Colin Ray. Not allowed a hit through 6 2/3. Had 2 outs in the 7th inning. Gave up a base hit to Yoenis Cespedes. He's won this crowd over tonight at Petco Park. Flirting with history tonight. Trying to get that first franchise no-hitter.
What did Marcus Aurelius say, Gladiator? Win the crowd. And Colin Ray has done just that.
A lot of knowledge.
Oliver Reed, great actor. Great performance by Colin Ray.
Not acting.
That's right, he's being himself tonight.
Strike on that outside corner. Just did get the strike zone. Talked about the RBI single for Colin Ray back in the 2nd inning. He struck out in the 4th, swinging, and struck out looking in the 6th inning. And he went around, according to the home plate umpire, Trip Gibson.
Actually, Oliver Reed played proximate. He was quoting Marcus Aurelius.
I wouldn't have known the difference. It was a fly ball down the right field line. Walker, Duda, Granderson, and nobody's going to get it. Well, not much of a surprise here. Colin Ray is our Carl's Jr. star of the game.
Well, he's done it all, especially on the mound, helping his own cause early with the base knock. Hey, the shifts, they've worked for Colin Ray. Why? Because he has been hitting his spots all night long. The 2-seam fastball into the lefty, straighten him up. And that's the 1 hit to Cespedes, now 2 all told. The Mets adding on with 1 more hit. That was Kevin Plawecki in the 8th.
Swing and a miss, and Ray strikes out. We head for the 9th inning. The Padres enjoy a 5-0 lead. So far, so good tonight for Colin Ray. Flirted with a no-hitter into the 7th inning before giving up a 2-out base hit to Yoenis Cespedes. Here's the line as he starts his 9th inning, trying for the complete game. It would be the first for a Padres pitcher in 2016. 8 innings, 2 hits, no runs. He's walked a batter and struck out 5. That walk came back in the first inning to David Wright. The 2 hits, the hit by Cespedes I mentioned, and Kevin Plawecki with a single with 2 outs in the 8th inning, the other hit. So a couple of singles allowed by Ray as he works into the 9th inning. There is action for the first time in the Padres pen as he does start the inning.
Only 4 times tonight, Don, he has worked from the stretch. After that walk in the first inning, faced 2 hitters, and then 1 hitter each after each of the 2 hits.
Right hand up in the pen behind him just in case. As Curtis Granderson leads it off here for the Mets in the 9th. Back in the day, it was a lot of fun to watch Granderson play in Detroit at Comerica Park because he got that big ballpark and he had so many triples there for the Tigers at the time.
You know, the adrenaline's got to be pumping for Colin Ray. That's when you got to slow down your mechanics a little bit, not jump out too quickly. The arm will drag a little bit. First 2 pitches up and out of the zone.
Fly ball center field struck pretty well. Jay headed back towards the track at the wall. It is gone. Home run for Curtis Granderson, his 5th home run of the year. And the shutout goes by the boards as the Mets get their first run of the game here on a home run by Granderson to lead off the 9th inning.
Well, he fell behind. And Curtis Granderson knows that, you know what, he doesn't want to walk me. He's got a 5-run lead. He's going to try to challenge me with a fastball. He got the 4-seamer. And like you said earlier, when he let off the game, Don, he's got a little pop in that bat now.
He does. And here comes Andy Green. A pitch count in an area that it has not been. Andy Green will make the change. Colin Ray will not go the distance tonight at Petco Park, but a tremendous effort in this Petco Park crowd will let him know what they think about him as he heads off.
Colin Ray now watching Brad Hand as the Padres lead 5-1. Hey, tonight, get caught up on the 2016 NFL Draft on Chargers Insider. Then tomorrow, taking a round of golf with the Padres on an all-new Padres POV. Coming up on Fox Sports San Diego.
Colin Ray leaves after 8+ innings. And Brad Hand checks into the game for San Diego. 13th appearance. 3.27 earned run average. Does not have a record. See the splits.
And Brad pitched in the ninth yesterday against the Colorado Rockies. An inning, a couple of hits.
David Wright batting here. 4th plate appearance of the night. A walk, a strikeout, and a fly out to right for the Mets third baseman. Quiet night for New York. 1 run on 3 hits. Fernando Rodney in case.
Yeah, this is what you don't want, right? Getting your closer up, getting them hot.
They've worked in back-to-back games before having yesterday off, the finale of the series with the Rockies. 3-0. Not much luck for David Wright against Brad Hand in his career. Right down the middle for strike 1. Good hitters count here for David Wright. And Michael Conforto waiting on deck. That's batting in the 9th. Ball 4. That's the last thing Hand wanted to do. Come in and walk the first batter that he faces here in the 9th inning. That's needing base runners, and they're getting them as we check out the matchup tomorrow. Noah Syndergaard will go up against Drew Pomerantz, both with 5 starts to this point of the year. Syndergaard 2-1, while Pomerantz 2-3. Similar earned run averages.
Yeah, with the way that both those pitchers have been throwing the ball, the righty and the lefty, should be a pretty good matchup.
Nobody out here in the 9th inning. Conforto the batter, and he'll take a ball outside on a check swing. He struck out looking, flied out to center, flat out to the warning track last time up in right field. Ball that Matt Kemp caught at the time. Kemp has since been replaced, as Jankowski is now out there in right field, and Hand is behind. 2-0. So it's 7 pitches, only 1 strike since coming into this game.
Yeah, that'll make a manager scratch the head a little bit.
Aaron Balsley, the pitching coach for the Padres, looking on. To left center field. Jay on the move will get there for the first out of the inning. Turns and fires back inward to the infield, and back to first goes Wright. There's the first out of the 9th inning.
Well, that first one, no matter what inning, is a big one. You keep Wright at first base. You have the double play in order.
So 1 down, Wright at first, and it brings up Yoenis Cespedes. He broke up the no-hit bid back in the 7th inning with 2 outs. Single to right field off Colin Ray. That's Brad Hand, a couple of hits in his career, 2 for 3.
Cespedes has only grounded into 2 double plays this season.
Skips in, good play by Norris.
That hit his back foot, not the case. You know, another thing about this Mets ball club, Don, is that, you know, we just mentioned the double play. The 3rd fewest the Mets have grounded into, so they stay out of the double play. As you know, we're still, you know, we're a month into the season now on May 5th.
Padres got a run in the first, run in the second, run in the third, and 2 in the 6th. This is drilled to left field down towards the corner, and that ball is gone. Yoenis Cespedes showing off his power. That's his 9th home run of the year. It's a 2-run shot, and now it is a 2-run game. So the Mets making some noise here in the 9th inning, not going quietly at all.
Now I'm thinking you got to go to Rodney. Right down the middle. That's some kind of big and strong there, and we know what Cespedes did last year. Always a threat. He's in scoring position when he's in the box.
So 2 home runs here in the 9th inning so far for the visiting New York Mets. Fernando Rodney is coming into this game. It's now 5-3 San Diego. Colin Ray went A+, giving up 1 run. It was the home run to Granderson to begin this inning. The Mets have made some noise. They chase Brad Hand from the game, and now the closer has been summoned, to Fernando Rodney.
He last pitched on Tuesday, Don, recording his 6th save. He is 6-for-6, 10 1/3 innings. It was 1 inning. He struck out 2 Rockies. Inherits no runners. He's got 2 outs. Hopefully we see an arrow being shot within the next 5 minutes.
Nicholas Duda, the first batter to face Rodney. This inning started. Padres were hopeful that Colin Ray could get the complete game shutout. Not the case. Now this is lined towards right field. Jankowski's on the run. He'll get there. Good running catch by Jankowski, who really showed off some pretty impressive speed to get there. 2 down.
The speed of Jankowski on the first step is key, but this ball hits so well. Remember, off the left-handed bat, that side of the center field, it's going to hook a little bit, so it's coming into Jankowski. And the kid they call Freddie makes it look easy. Fast Freddie.
2 down in the 9th inning. Neil Walker, 0 for 3. All of that was against Colin Ray. Padres faithful hoping they can wrap it up right here. Bouncing in for ball 2, 2-0. Changeup. In the air to right field. Jankowski's out there waiting. Padres win. Shoot the arrow, Fernando. The Padres win it 5-3. Final score again, 5 for the Padres, 3 for the Mets. Padres Live is next. Mike Pomerantz, what do you got in store?
Now we're going to talk about this Colin Ray outing. Well, outstanding, and what it was about Jacob deGrom that made him human tonight. Mark Sweeney will tell you about his mortality in just a couple of moments on the postgame show.